all have one office CV. The one we show to the world. The awards, the achievements, the grades. Could be super polished, could be very, very impressive. But do you know it's incomplete? Because there's second CV, one you may never ever print out. I call it the invisible CV. When I was younger, I heard too many people say to me, this boy is going to be great. And I believed them. But over time, that expectation turned into pressure. Because every time I didn't understand something in class, I never took it as normal. I saw it as failure. Not just as subject, but as a person. By grade 9, I had mastered something very, very dangerous. Hiding my struggle. I wanted excellence to look easy. So I stopped asking questions. I stopped showing confusion because I felt like if I was struggling, I wasn't really great after all. Everything changed for me on a very, very special Monday afternoon. We were 24 hours away from a major exam. And my teacher walked into the class with mock exam scripts we had done earlier that day. When she dropped mine on my desk, there was no need to read the comments. It was covered in so much red ink, it looked like a crime scene. I didn't just miss a few marks, I had failed. Now you have to understand, I'm a boarder. In a boarding school, your life is basically public property. You eat together, you read in the same hall, you sleep in the same room. So there's no going home to hide the fact that you're actually struggling in school. I sat there at my table, staring at that red ink. I started to play out the next day in my head. I could imagine sitting in that massive exam hall, staring at the blank page, while others' pens were just flying away. I felt like I was scheduled to drown at 9 a.m. the next morning. I wasn't some untouchable genius, but I'd always been a solid student. But after that red ink, I realized that whole solid was gone. It no longer felt like I was just failing a subject. It felt like I was losing my balance. And then I realized I had two choices. I could shut my mouth, walk into that exam hall the next day, and hope for a miracle. Or I could finally be honest to myself. Until this day, I'm glad I chose the truth. I walked up to that teacher's desk with that red stained mess in my hand, and it felt like I was walking the plank. With my voice shaking, I leaned in and said, I'm lost. I don't get this. Please, can you help me? That moment of I don't know was the first real entry in my invisible CV. It's like a glass of water. Everyone wants to see the clean water at the bottom. That's your official CV. But the invisible CV is a filter at the top. It's messy, it's stained, it's unattractive, it's seen some things. But without it, the water simply never gets clean. Your invisible CV is every time you stayed, even though you felt like giving up. The time you were mentally drained, but you still chose to do the work. And the moment you said, I don't know, so you can finally be better tomorrow. Let me make it simple. Your success may open doors, but your invisible CV is what keeps you in that room. I passed that exam, but the grade was not the victory. The real victory was realizing that I didn't have to be perfect to be great. So stop trying to protect your official CV and start building your invisible CV. Don't just show the world your success, show your resilience. Because the ones who truly succeed, they are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who keep on going. Build your invisible CV. Thank you.